Zauberberg Kennels here with Eva from Zauberberg. Very first session showing you what you should do as soon as you take the puppy home. The purpose of all this is to first of all show her that food comes out of my hand and not out of a dish or anywhere else. Here I'm just trying to guide her off of me because of course we don't really want to feed while she is jumping on me, but for the initial introduction, something we might not be able to avoid. Here she is finally getting focused on my hand. It's loaded with treats and I'm trying to dispense from my loaded hand as she is doing what I want her to do, which means just eat from my hand, not pawing it. I'm trying to slowly eliminate the behavior of jumping or pawing to make clear that if you come to my hand, you get the food. It dispenses. It's not just like one treat and then it's done. It's a otter giving milk if you keep sucking. Again, she falls over just because I try to guide her off of me with my food hand. So what you don't see is that I'm closing my fist with the food mainly or most of the time if she's using her paw, because if I would dispense food while she's pawing, then I would of course convey the point that pawing is getting rewarded, which is a natural thing. They paw at the milk bar with the mom and get the milk, so it's more natural than anything. So she's gotten a pretty good idea here that food is coming out of my hand, and it's not coming if she's jumping on me. It's coming when she is on 4 feet on the ground. I think I'm already able to produce some behaviors. I'm feeding her while she's following my hand walking, which of course doesn't allow for pawing because she's moving. And I dispense and dispense and dispense. Jumping on the couch, trying to get to the food dish is just not possible. It's not rewarding. I make sure of that. And of course I gotta show her, hey, my hand is where it's at. No matter what the food dish offers or where it's at, it's from my hand. Especially challenging it would be if you try to feed out of your hand and the dog paws and you accidentally for that reason drop some food. That would be very encouraging for the wrong behavior to happen. Here I'm actually starting to discover that I have an easy time now that she follows my hand, creating some behaviors that of course I later on want to train for, which means a down or a sit or a stand. She loses focus here for a minute. I don't say anything, I don't do anything. I just wait for her to make the decision that, hey, following the hand gets actually paid for and not sniffing the ground. Here I made her following my hand, actually spin. So she followed the lure, spun to one side, then spun to the other, and every time she spun, I opened my hand and dispensed the food. Here she made the decision to come back after she was sniffing the ground, and of course I'm the ATM machine dispensing stuff she needs or likes, which is the food. Spinning again, both sides. I don't like to do one behavior only because I want the dog to learn how to operate and later on find out what behavior it is that we train for that is going to be rewarding at the time. So I just waited for her to sit and dispensed the food. Now I'm gonna make her lay down, diving into my hand and dispense to reward that behavior. As you realize, I'm not saying anything. We need to first create behaviors before we call them a name. It's up to her to decide to come back and pick up some food. I'm not going to entice the behavior. She got a hold of a cord, and I just decided to kind of make that behavior uncomfortable to make choices easier. Something you can do if you're skilled to do so. Never be that rough that the dog ceases any effort to obtain the food. Here she found out. Feet up in the air, in my lap, doesn't pay. As soon as she breaks it up, it pays. Here I'm waiting for her to make the decision to come back. She doesn't, and I break up the session right there.